All right, on to Auburn for us. What an atmosphere and opportunity to play a night game at their place. They've got incredible atmosphere, which is starting to be the common theme around our conference. But this place is really hard to play. They do an unbelievable job with the whatever you call the game interaction, the crowd, the fans, their students. Tremendous job they do. They got a great football team. They played two really, really hard road games in our league against two of the premier teams in our league right now, and playing really good defensively. Got a lot of weapons on offense, a lot of great skilled players. They do a great job with special teams. Always respect Coach Freeze's teams. They will strike you and hit you and really physical all across the board. You see it on tape. You see the physicality on tape, and that's the way it is in our league. I mean, it's just week in and week out. You're going to play really tight teams. The games they've played, they've been basically one possession games that came down to the wire on the road in tough environments. So a lot of respect for them. I know they're coming off a week off. Our guys are coming off this Kentucky game and trying to get ready to go play this one today.
Yeah, Coach, I think you prepared for Hugh Freeze offenses for 6 straight years at Ole Miss and Alabama, from 12 to 16, and now 3 straight years with him as the head coach at Auburn. How have you seen this offense change? How have you seen it evolutionize over the years?
Yeah, I would say every offense kind of evolves. Every offense coordinator that they take plays that work against other people and they use those plays. He's done the same through time. He was one of the first to really start using the RPOs. They still use those. It maximizes your skill on the perimeter, and it forces the hand of the defense to make decisions on how you want to play the run game or the RPO game, which most people think of it as a pass game, but it's really an extension of the run. They do a tremendous job of it, and it's one of the things that Hugh's really been good at for a long time.
Yeah, is there anything you can do with your team to sort of maybe mitigate the rest advantage that Auburn has, especially given you guys, your buys always line up with another team being on a buy as well?
I don't know if there's anything I can do to mitigate that because this is going to be a physical game. I mean, you have to practice football to get good at football. They'll practice this week, just like we'll practice this week. We've had, I guess, the same number of buys they have, right? So we've had 2. I'm assuming they've had 2. I don't know if they've had their second one yet, but it all evens out. You can't really look at that and try to make an excuse for it. So it is what it is, and we got to go play well.
Kirby, with so many guys in and out on the offensive line, what has Drew Boba meant for you guys in his first year as a starter?
He's been a tremendous asset in terms of communication. He calms everyone. His snap accuracy has been important. His ability to play at the first level when he's covered up, he's done a really good job controlling zero noses, and then looking at when he's uncovered and getting to the second level and making calls has been good. It's when you're sitting in the middle and you got to communicate to your left and right, he has to be the guy to send the message down the line, and a lot of that's points, mics, communication, which way we're blocking it, how we're blocking it. There's a lot of intricacies that go into that, and he does a good job of that.
Hey Kirby, with Jackson, their quarterback Arnold, his numbers might not be popping off the page. What has your attention preparing for him and the big play capability he has with his wide receivers?
First thing is his athleticism. He's had 2 or 3 plays that were broken plays or plays that maybe scramble plays, RPOs that were designed to be thrown, that maybe the look changed, and he takes off running and he runs for 60 yards, he runs for 70 yards. He doesn't just run for like 8-9 yards and go down. I mean, he runs like a running back. He runs over you, through you, around you, speed. They run gap schemes with him. They run perimeter runs with him. And then probably the toughest thing to defend is when he drops back and he ends up taking off running. So he's a weapon, and they've got weapons around him in terms of the ability to throw the ball downfield.
To kind of follow up on that, Kirby, what do you see as far as how capable that offense is with the skill players around Jackson and what they're capable of doing with that offense?
Yeah, you see it in games. I mean, they've had several games that have been explosive in use of the skill they have. Like I said, playing on the road in our league is really tough, and they've had 2 times they've gone into you guys know A&M and Oklahoma's environment, and it's just tough places to play. But they have the skill, and they've got a lot of them, and they've got a lot of speed out there with those guys, and that includes their backs. You know, their backs as receivers are fast, athletic guys.
Hey, Coach, any updates on Monroe's ankle, Ernest, and Jordan after Kentucky?
I think Jordan should be fine. He's had the same issue for a while. He's dealing with some patella tendonitis that he deals with week in and week out. Ernest is working out with us this week and trying to recover, and we'll see where he's at today. And then Monroe has an ankle, but it's probably not as severe as we thought. He's not having any kind of surgery or anything, and we're hopeful to get him back this week. We'll just have to wait and see. He's not going to be able to do a lot today, but we think there's a chance he can go.
Yeah, you've mentioned a few times this year that about the secondary getting hands on people. Just kind of, can you expound on what you're looking for in that area and just what you're continuing to see from that group as through 3 SEC games so far?
Yeah, getting hands on people helps you cover them. Just don't hold them, right? I mean, we had 2 or 3 holdings the other day late in the game that hurt us in tempo in terms of getting off the field. But you want to cover somebody, you got to put your hands on them. You got to affect the timing of a route. If you're going to be up on somebody, there's not a lot of purpose in being there if you aren't using your hands. And the advantage in college football over NFL is you can touch them past 5 yards. So you have to try to use that advantage and knock people off their route as you cover them.
Kirby, we've seen Zachariah and Josh McCray make some pretty big impact. You had a pretty good handful of transfers. How tough is it for guys to come in to the Georgia system and contribute right away? And how do you think some of the other guys are coming along as far as maybe Noah and Elo in terms of being able to make major contributions?
Well, it's easy to come in and play. We've had a pretty strong history of guys. I thought London came in and played well. Colby obviously has came in and contributed and played well. We've had some success going to the portal and bringing guys in to help our team. I look at ETN last year and the impact he had. So it's easy to do. You have to be the best player or one of the better players at your position. You have to execute at a high level. You got to be better than the guys in front of you and play better than the guys in front of you. That's the truth, whether you're here or anywhere. And I've been very pleased with the guys we've gotten out of there and what they've done to help us.
Coach, this is the second road game this year. You guys have played a lot of young players. What usually improves the most from game 1 in a road game to game 2? And what do you think makes it hard and difficult to play at Jordan?
Well, it's not necessarily hard. I mean, it's not what makes it hard at Jordan Hare. It's what makes it hard anytime you go on the road, right? It's an intense, crazy environment. The night games are more so than the day games in terms of that atmosphere that's created. But we practice in that. Like we create an environment of chaos and noise and try to create confusion and do things so that we have to communicate in that. So our guys get to practice in it. We'll have to go out and execute. I don't know what increases from game 1 to game 2 on the road more. I think you got a lot of freshmen that now may not have as much anxiety because they've done it once. There's certainly more anxiety the first time you do it, but it's not like that goes away. You have to be confident and know your plan and execute your plan.
Yeah, it seems like Justin Williams has had an uptick in playing time. How has his development progressed, and what is him getting on the field sort of allow you guys to do defensively?
Well, he's always been a very competitive. He embodies our FPE. He plays really hard. He's instinctive. He's probably the most positive guy over there. I mean, I guess every game we're in, he's in somebody's ear cheering them on. He's on the special teams cheering them on. He's just a joy to be around and a joy to coach because he's full of positive energy, and I enjoy Justin. He's grown up and he's getting better. He's getting stronger. He's getting more physical. He's very instinctive, and we need him to keep playing more snaps so we can divide those snaps up among those guys better.
Yeah, after going back and watching the film, 1, just what did you continue to see out of DeMello and Ellis at corner? And 2, what do you feel like is Dalen's biggest benefit in terms of being a veteran leader for those 2 guys getting more playing time this year?
Yeah, I think both those kids are growing up. They're getting more reps, they're getting confidence while they're on the field. The understanding of the defense, the leverages, the looks, playing snaps. You get that through practice, but you get it also through confidence in the games. And Dalen brings us a steady presence as a tackler. He's physical. He's heavy-handed, so he uses his hands. He's strong. He's been in the weight room. He's been in the program for multiple years. All those things matter. I mean, at corner, so much of our league is, can you tackle a back? Can you hold up on a screen or an RPO, or you got to take on a blocker, maybe a tight end? And that's one of Dalen's strengths, is his size and toughness.
Kirby, a lot of people's memories of the Auburn game is just the way Brock kind of took over down the stretch a couple years ago. This year's team does seem like you'll have a lot of weapons at receiver and tight end, but is it better when you do have that like number one go-to guy that you know you're going to, defense has to account for, and could you get that still out of this year's team?
If you're asking me, do I wish I had Brock Bowers still? Yeah, I mean, it'd be great, right? Could be a generational player for all I know. I don't know, but I don't prefer it either way. I love the team we have. I love the team we had. There is no, I would rather have one dominant player that can key on and stop. I mean, we had a lot of good players around Brock, so it was great to have him. We've got a lot of really good players now that I have a lot of confidence in, and a lot of ability to spread the ball around to a group of people that's dictated by the defense. I don't think people really understand. A lot of our reads are based on what the defense does, because it gives you an advantage if they do this. It's not just him plays, and him plays get you in trouble sometimes.
Kirby, Jesse Palmer on the air Saturday said Georgia's defense needs more creativity on third downs. It seems to have guys lined up on those third downs in the same spots. Is that a fair assessment?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Jesse. I'm happy for Jesse. I'm glad he makes a living getting to make those decisions. I focus on what gives us a chance to be successful, play well, execute well, who's in the game, what strategy do they have on offense? Are they going fast? Are they going slow? I don't concern myself with it much.
Kirby, I know you said you were happy with the fast start, but that's the game plan every game. What was different, and because of the parity, is there less room, I guess, for patience with offensive play calling now, or did you guys change anything up against Kentucky to get off to that start?
No, I mean, I don't really know what you're asking. Do we want to start fast? Yes. What made us start fast? I can't give. We didn't take a pill. We didn't inject anything. We didn't put different pregame meal. We go out to execute every game. Sometimes the opponent makes that really hard. Sometimes we make it hard because we bust. But that's the objective every game. How do we start fast? What do we do to start fast? And how can we execute better than the other team? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
What did you make of how Bo played on Saturday, and just what kind of progress have you seen for him over this year?
Bo, like I talked about after the game, is he embodies fire, passion, and energy. The guy's happy every day at practice. He loves football. He works his butt off. I mean, he competes. He goes out, and doesn't matter who's in front of him. He's going to go to war and fight with them, and he's done it at the left and right tackle. And he's come in the pinch and played well in multiple games. And he's a kid that I enjoy coaching, love being around. He continues to get better. He'll continue to get better because of the way he works and the way he practices.
16 sacks for Auburn so far this season. What in your mind makes its pass rush so effective?
The twitch they have, they're really twitchy even at the inside positions. Two edge rushers that are probably their premier players on defense. They both can cause havoc, can wreck a game plan, get off the ball, rush the passer, and they do a good job changing up their looks. So it's not like, just let them sit here and rush. They change things up with a lot of different looks and pressures, and getting those guys in one-on-one situations is their goal, and they do a good job of that.
Yeah, Coach Elias Williams got a few touches this weekend, but what have you seen from him from a growth standpoint as a blocker, particularly point of the attack blocker?
Yeah, he's really physical. I never realized, a kid that was that size would take so much pride in growing as a blocker. You know, most kids come in and that's the hardest thing they have to get used to. They can all catch passes and run run routes, but in line and C area blocking, he has taken pride and give Coach Hartley a lot of credit for investing that time on his improvement and him working at it. And he worked all spring, and you know, I was like, well, he's better than an average blocker for a freshman. And then as the year went on this year, he's grown. He's gone over with us. He's gone against really good people. He's not afraid of contact. So I enjoy watching him grow, and he's gotten better as a route runner and understanding our offense. And he's kind of worked his way into some of the role. Some of the stuff that happened for him the other day was just really happenstance that it ended up going to him, but I was happy for him.
Coach, just a couple of things. Thomas Blatcher played the last 3 games. I know he's done with the ability report. Kind of what's up with him? As far as Daniel Harris goes, I know we got on some special teams plays the other day, but is something kind of holding him back right now as far as him not getting on the field?
Thomas Blatcher's dealing with a groin injury he's had that he's been trying to fight back from. He's really had it all camp, all year, and continues to work the rehab to get back from that. And Daniel has continued to play well on special teams. He's done a great job for us, dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue, but it's about, you know, practicing during the week, and the guys that practice the best and play the ball the best and compete, and they're going to play in the games.
Kirby, Eric Singleton's kind of using a little bit of a different way in this system now. What is his impact on what Auburn does offensively?
Well, he's a weapon. I mean, he's a vertical weapon. He's a horizontal and vertical speed. We've seen him, you know, at Georgia Tech. He's a great player. They do a great job getting touches. You know, they put him in the backfield. They motion him out of the backfield. They hand him sweeps. They take him vertical. They throw him screens. I mean, you have to defend the guy every way possible. That's what good offensive coordinators do with good offensive players.
Yeah, when an opposing quarterback has a propensity to seemingly hold on to the football, how does that change how you plan to attack him on Saturday?
I don't understand the question.
Like when Jackson Arnold seems like he's a propensity to hold on to the football a little bit longer, does that change maybe how you guys might affect him and try and rush him?
I don't know. I think that may be a PFF stat or something. I don't know. I don't have any proof that what you're saying is true, so I don't want to make an answer to an assumption that you've made. That's not something that I necessarily believe. I think that he has designed runs, and he looks to run the ball when things aren't there. But I also see him versus pressures get the ball out really quick, and he's had accuracy doing that, and he's played in our league for 2 years, so I don't really have a plan for a quarterback that per se holds the ball.
The question of who is Georgia's biggest rivalry goes on and on for forever, and it all depends on where you grew up or where you live. And I'm wondering, from your South Georgia perspective, was Georgia Auburn special? And a second question, did you play a night game at Auburn during your career?
Yeah, they're all special. I mean, they're all special. I mean, look at the league and look at the people we play and look at the competitive rivalries. There's obviously a longer standing tradition with this one, which gives you guys something to write about. Our kids and their kids, I promise you, neither one of them know how many years Georgia's been playing Auburn. But it is in the history, and it's been going on for a long time, and it was played in Columbus for quite a while. But that's neither here nor there for this game, because this game is completely independent of the other 100 however many times these two have played. Yes, I played there at night and coached there at night.
Time for one more question? Anybody? All right, thank you, Coach.